So today we are going to be reading a completely new story, and it's a Christmas one because we're nearest to Christmas. And if you're wondering why we didn't start a Christmas one sooner, it's because we didn't finish the Days and Trouble Kittens in like a long time. So today we're going to be reading The Grinch. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It doesn't say who wrote this book, I think.
It does at the bottom, doesn't it?
No.
Let's have a look. Turn it around. Is it like Dr. Zeus? Yeah, Dr. Zeus.
Dr. Zeus did this book. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
You might need 2 hands.
I know I do. For Teddy Owens. I don't know why it says that. Every Who down Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch batted. It's kind of in weird writing.
Oh, it's a H, that is. Hated.
The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask me why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoe were too tight. But I think the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the word whose. Staring down from his cave was a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy no hanging and mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow it is Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow he knew. Dun dun dun. All the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys. And then, oh the noise, noise. That's one thing he hated, the noise. That one's going straight for the middle.
They're all playing with their toys.
Yeah. Mary. Then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to a feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rate Who roast beast.
Beef.
It says beast.
Oh, sorry, carry on.
Which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. Mary. Mary, Mummy is just here. I think there's a Grinch in every photo. my gosh. This is the one thing that he really hates. And then they do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand and the Who's would start singing. They'd sing and they'd sing and they'd sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with this now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? You might have already seen the movie, but I don't think you might have seen the book.
We love the movie, don't we? The new one.
Yeah. His eyes. Why are his eyes always red? Look, the first page, second page.
Well, the illustrations in this book are only black, white and red, aren't they? There's no other colour.
No. Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful. It doesn't say wonderful. It sounds wonderful once. And there's, oh! The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. Now, that word again.
Mm-hmm.
I know just what to do. The Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat, and he chuckled and he clucked. What a great Grinchy trick! With this coat and this hat, I just look just like Santa Nick.
Does it say Saint Nick?
Yeah, it says Saint Nick.
That's another name for Santa Claus.
He doesn't have any boots or stuff.
Have you read that page?
No. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No. The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max. Then he took some red thread and he tied a big horn on top of his head. Okay. There's only like 4 houses I can see down there.
Should we look at the picture?
I haven't read that, but...
Oh, there's Max.
Max and the Grinch is red. My reindeer. Hug. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on his ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. He said giddy up, and the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town. There's no blue for the sky. My mum's just telling me to
Sit up.
sit up.
Otherwise you get hidden behind the book.
Yeah, I keep my head up.
You're still hidden.
I know.
Mhm.
I'm still hidden. Look. All the windows were dark. White snow filled the air. All the who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, "This is stop number 1, the old Grinchy claws hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bag in his fist. Like everyone is disguised as a Grinch here, which is weird. I don't know how to look at this page.
Okay,
I just want them to see the picture.
that's a good idea.
Well, this is actually on that side when I look, and this is on that side.
He's come to steal everything, hasn't he?
Naughty, naughty. My head, kind of. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa Claus could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace, flew. Where the little Who stockings all hung in a row, these stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. He's taken all his presents. The presents, not his. Why has he left the fruit bowl? Don't know why there's a fruit bowl. There's money in there, so he could just steal that. I don't know why he would do that, but then he slithered out a slunk with his slime most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present: pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums, and he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Chimney.
Is there a bee in it?
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Chimbley, oh yeah.
Chimbley. That must be an American word for chimney. He's taking their food.
Taking everything that belongs to Christmas.
He still left the reef.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of nice, but one takes it. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the Who roast beast. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash, while the Grinch even took the last can of Who hatch. He still left that. The wreath. I can't see the. He's left the Christmas tree. Kind of nice. The star's still on there. Ooh, how pretty.
So far, okay.
So far. Hopefully he doesn't take the Christmas joy of the Christmas tree. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee, And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. He has took the wreath.
There's truly nothing left.
No, sun's waking up. Star Wars music. And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound like coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small who, little Cindy Lou, who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who'd got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why? It says Wahaba. Wahaba.
Why?
What am I again? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? Cindy Lou is very tiny. There's pink now.
Oh yeah, good spot.
More pink. But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie and thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot? The fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on the tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there. Then I'll bring it back here. And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head and he got her a drink and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. There's way more pages.
Don't turn the pages.
Yeah, but there's way more pages. Could we do part 1, part 2 things? What? There's a lot in this book.
Well, keep going, you're near the end.
There's
Everyone's waiting.
Mum, being rude.
Is that the second page? Did you definitely do the page before that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The last thing he took was the log for the fire, for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself. They told liar, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. Sorry. And then one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. It's that small. I'm literally touching my finger. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Yeah, I read that. Silly me. Then, it's got a capital big T, he did the same thing to the other Who houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. He's already done 3 houses. It was dawn. All the Who's still abed. All the Who's still a snooze. When he packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. Why do you say boo-hoo at the end of this?
We'll find out.
This is on that side.
Ooh.
This 3,000 feet up the slide of Mitty, MT.
The mountain, is it?
Mountain Crumpet.
Yeah.
He rode with his load to the tip top to dump it. Pooh pooh to the who's. He was grinchishly humming. They're finding out now that Christmas isn't They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the who's down in Whoville will cry boo-hoo.
Did they do that?
Nope, they didn't. They were just singing. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch. That is simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then he started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why this sound sounded merry? It couldn't be so, but it was merry very. He stared down at Whoville. Then the Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Near the whole page is singing with laughter. And missed a page? Nope. Christmas reindeer. Every who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow stood puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. We can do way more. I'm really near the end, only one page. He's taking all the presents down now. Hoo, hoo, hoo. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day, and the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carried the roast beef. No, carved the roast beef.
Let's have a look.
There's way more books. Collect all these stories. We don't have green eggs and ham. Oh, I think we might have that. The Cat in the Hat. I don't think I've got that.
Got the cat in the hat.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Fox in socks. Oh, the places you'll go. Horton hears a
Who?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is the one we read, and the Lorax. And remember, you can subscribe anywhere or like anywhere. Bye!